welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke, and this is
I'm
Emily.
Emily. Hi. Tonight we are hitting chapters 15 through 19 of A Court of Silver Flames by Miss Sarah J. Maas.
Yes, and if this is the first time you've come to see our content, just know that we do this occasionally, once, twice a week. I'm just a dude. I never watch this kind of stuff. However, this one right here is the Savant Oracle. She is our guide through fantasy, romantasy, and all that happens in this stiff set of chapters. We will be chatting about what goes on here. Make sure to follow us on the TikToks, on the Instagrams, on the YouTubes. Trying to grow, trying to have a good time, and throw in a comment. What did you think of the chapters 15 through 19? But to get started, before we do anything else, just in case you need a recap, this one right here is going to give us one. So Emily, please take it away.
Would love to. Thank you. So tonight we are doing 15 through 19, of which I call sexual tension and emotional damage. So these chapters open in the lower levels of the library, where Nesta and Gwyn discover that the darkness down there is not just creepy, it's aware. It literally speaks to Nesta, which is nightmare fuel. Thank you so much for that. Naturally, Nesta follows this deeply unsettling experience with another training session where she and Cassian continue accidentally using exercise as therapy. The emotional vulnerability growing, the tension absolutely unbearable. Then the House of Wind decides subtlety is overrated and basically daddy doms Nesta into attending dinner with Cassian again, during which Cassian tells her about the terrifying things that he has locked away in the prison, including Lanthus, apparently the worst of the bunch, before casually admitting he's been thinking about her for a long time, which emotionally destabilizes both of them so badly that neither gets much sleep afterward because they are otherwise occupied separately in their own beds. Breakfast the next morning is therefore a nightmare for everyone involved. Training continues, but this time we get a full lore dump on Ramiel and the Blood Rite, including the completely casual revelation that Rhys, Cassian, and Azriel are 3 of only 6 Illyrians in history to reach the top of Ramiel and win the Rite. No wonder these men are walking around like they're the little something something. They in fact are. Nesta is actually inspired by all of this and asks Cassian if he'd train the priestesses too, if she could convince any of them to join. Shockingly, wholesome development. But then Elaine visits, and it all goes terribly wrong. The sisters trade barbs until Elaine leaves crying. Cassian asks Nesta what the hell happened, and Nesta storms off down the stairs in rage-fueled cardio. This time, she makes it all the way to step 1000 before having to crawl herself back up. At the top, Cassian is waiting. And instead of fighting, they fight with their tongues. It turns into their biggest emotional breakthrough yet, which leads directly into their first physical moment. Finally, Cassian is so overwhelmed by getting something he's wanted for this long that things end a little prematurely. Nesta, meanwhile, misreads his embarrassment as regret. Cue the sad trombone. And basically, because the universe enjoys suffering, the next breakfast is somehow even more awkward, especially for Azriel, who has to sit there watching Cassian malfunction before informing them that they now get to spend the entire day together at a meeting with Rhys. So these chapters are haunted library trauma, the House of Wind playing emotional puppet master, Ramiel lore proving that the Bat Boys have always been absurdly overpowered, and Cassian and Nesta finally crossing the line only to immediately make it awkward. So, Luke, are you ready?
No one comes to the kitchen couch for the food, Emily. Let's hit it. You have been waiting. We have been waiting for I got them sitting right over there. 4 books. Actually, 4 books in 17 chapters to get to La Spicy. The actual spicy stuff. You have been pimping this for a while. It's kind of fine. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just okay right now. But
this is
early stages. I hope so. Early stages. We got to talk about the most important part. 1,000 steps, girl. 1,000 steps, girl. As someone who can barely walk currently, actually, I walk pretty good today. 1,000 steps. She's getting there.
You can hold a
she's
plank for like 30 seconds now.
buddy.
She getting
With
it.
let me actually, you know what the most important part of this chapter is section. When Cassian says, she's like, "How long can you hold?" He's like, 5 minutes. I can hold. I'm playing for
I've
5 minutes.
been waiting, actually. Hold on.
What?
I've literally been waiting because I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I should have written this down so I could hold it up like the Newlywed Game and be like, Luke is going to talk about how he can plank for at least 5 minutes.
I can plank for 5 minutes with a 45-pound weight on my back. So, and that, okay, I've got it on video. I'll share it someday. It wasn't me who took it. That would be awkward. Somebody else took it. It was actually my dad. He was there. I was like, "Can you videotape this?" And he's like, "You're an adult." And I was like, "I don't care."
You're like, that is irrelevant, Papa.
He wasn't like that. But no. 5 minutes is not that big a flex.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. It's like not for an immortal. All kidding aside, I wasn't sure how quickly the sexual tension would break them. It's quicker than I thought. It was like maybe 2 chapters faster than I thought, if I'm being completely honest with you.
What do you mean by break?
Like they would begin being physical with each other.
Oh, okay.
Right. And the reason I say that is the pacing of the other 3 books, 1, 2, and 3, and how they have lore exposition dump in the first section before you get to a new title screen that says like Journey to the East or whatever.
Right.
I gotta tell you, I thought it was gonna happen later. I gotta tell you, my other takeaway was it was hard for me to stop reading because you had all this really cool interpersonal communication and tension, and then immediately it jumps to let's throw a log on the fire. Let's make it hot. It's my favorite thing in the world when storytellers do that, when you don't think it can get weirder and then it gets weirder. I love when that happens. It happens in all great storytelling. It doesn't happen enough in this. It happens in this story, in this book specifically. It happened now perfectly. It was like, oh, thank God. Yeah, let's get even weirder. Come on, let's go. I want to keep going. It's like I was comfortable stopping at every section break.
Right.
That we've had in this book. How many? 4? Yeah, 4. Is that how you felt? Are we on the same page about some of that?
Yeah, we're getting warmed up for sure.
Cassian's already pretty warm. Let's get weird.
Yeah.
He runs like a diesel engine.
As a person who's not like a Nesta girly, this one has been kind of hard to get through for me. So from here on out, things start to ramp up a little bit.
Yeah, I want to talk about that too after a while, because I had a conversation with somebody that I have a lot of respect for in terms of how smart they are, and I've got a lot of respect with how smart I think you are. And y'all read completely different, and so that might be a post chapter review thing. But please help remind me, because it was super interesting to me.
Yeah.
So let's get the cat out of the bag first. You have been talking about the spicy. We're friends. I don't know how I feel about the spiciness with you. Pretty hot. Is the hottest thing that we've read so far?
No, it has not been yet.
No, that's so far. Like, is it number 1 overall? I don't think so. There's some stuff that happens in book 2 that's really, book 3 that's a little bit better. Personally,
this was not satisfying yet.
It was
a little yeah. I mean, let's be real. They haven't even physically touched. This was like over close. You know what I mean? So like this is full spice.
I am happy to hear of Cassian's girth and length, because I was afraid. I was concerned that he would be what we would call perfect sized and not big, right?
Okay.
Like Azrael, Brisand, considered large
Yeah.
have large wingspans.
Right.
No one mentions Cassian's. So
Okay.
you see what I'm saying? It could be like,
Yeah.
oh, it's the perfect size. It's perfect for me, rather than that's
Mhm.
huge.
Right. So
So
you were really afraid for Cass that he wasn't gonna stack up, I guess,
I
to
I
and
I just thought I didn't listen. Stack up's not the right word. Stack up
okay.
is not the right word. At no point did I think.
Okay.
I literally meant it's perfect for me versus holy shit. What is
Okay.
that? It's looking at me. You have a third leg. So which is how they describe Rasan and Azrael. I mean, it's described that way.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And so
I mean, to be
and
fair, that's how most men in smutty books are described. Like to the point of like you
yeah.
actually don't want that.
What
In
do you mean?
practice, like
Oh,
in
and
real yeah,
practically. Yes. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
practically, like
Yeah.
that's gonna ruin your cervix. Like you don't want that.
So this is usually where I say something provocative or egotistical.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything. I
Good.
think
Okay,
it's that's inappropriate.
okay, good. Good for
Um,
you.
yeah,
Is that
yeah. I'm not
impulse
gonna say
control or
do what?
what is that? Is that like we're learning impulse control or what's going on with that?
No, no.
No, of
I
course not.
just, no. Why would I hold back? It's not fair. It's not fair to the people. That's not fair to That's not fair to you people, and I mean you people. I'm pointing right at you. That's not. It's not fair to the adoring fans. What I'm trying to say is, uh, nothing to brag about. So I should tell you something.
Okay, there you go.
The It was a little out of left field, and uh, my favorite part I think was when Cassie was like, "Yeah, I did think about her 3 times last night." I'm like, buddy, as a man, I get it. I get it. Sometimes you just got to go to sleep.
Mhm.
You know, and
I
it
can
doesn't have anything to do with the woman. It literally is just, hey, I need to go to sleep now. Like, we need to figure
mhm,
this out.
mhm.
So that was kind of awesome, and I love that they had that moment. They're having the moment at the same time. I love how it's written, where hers is like, uh, I'll just say it like a feminine, and his is like, yeah, I had to take 3 showers. You know what I mean? Like, I because that to me is the battle of the sexes in real life in my head, and it's so funny it's written in the same way. I'm like, oh right, I can relate to this exactly. I think it's fucking awesome. Um,
Yeah,
the
the difference in the flip-flop of the POVs back to back of that instance, great.
Yes. Yeah, actually, it's really good. It's very cinematic. Then the
Mhm.
last thing I want to talk about is the sign up sheet is hilarious. Um, that is total girl shit. And sorry, it just is. It's. Are you laughing at me?
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't know
it's
someone
been a
was like,
minute since you talked about girl shit.
"That's girl shit." I put a sign up sheet. Do you ever think anyone will sign up? Cassie's like, "Nah, dog. Nah, we're talking about we're talking about victims here, number one, and they don't know you, dude. They have no idea who you are. They think you're a witch, like, and you are a
Yeah.
witch.
Well, no, the
Um,
priests don't think that she's a witch. But,
nah,
like, what I guess, like, one thing that I do identify with Nesta in these chapters is when she's like, "No one signed up yet." And then it's like, she literally says, "Some of these priestesses have been in the library for hundreds of years, and, they still are not ready to do something, then why do I feel like I should be over this by now?" Because, like, that I do relate to. Like,
yeah,
sure, it's taken I understand I went through trauma, and it has taken other people, like, 100 years, and they're still not over it, but honestly, I
right.
hold myself to a higher standard. Why have I not fixed myself yet? Like, that's
We are
very possible.
we're on the same page. I think my favorite part about this whole scenario, and it is relatable, is that it's reflecting from, I can't believe I'm saying this, the bullshit painting and the and Elaine's garden.
Uh-huh.
They're all reflects. It's like maybe somebody else can find happiness in their painting, and I don't know if I'm good at painting, but I like to do it. And okay, fucking yeah, we know you're bad. It's fine. We don't care. But you bought a shop and you're convincing kids that they're going to be happy. Whatever, they're immortal. Who cares? But it's the same kind of vibe. She's like, no one signed up. I'm just like, okay, all right, we're doing this again. Cool. It's girl shit, and I love it. It's girl shit. Then there is darkness in the bottom of the library,
Mhm.
which, and then obviously like responds to like. That's all I could think about. So the moment
Like
that happened, I was
like
like, yeah. It was like, hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yep.
I've come to talk to you again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then
Wrong.
and then old girl's like, and then that's it. They just
Yeah.
kind of walk up. She's like, Clotho, can I put up a sign up list for the girls to maybe? And then Clotho's like, I don't know, probably. I guess. I don't care. She's like, as long as they do their fucking jobs, I don't give a fuck.
She's like, "For what? Like, what do they
She's like,
sign up for?" Like, and then she's like, "For training." And she's like, "You're gonna train them? You?"
yeah, that's pretty funny.
She's like,
That's
"No, not
really funny.
all of it." It's
Um,
like shade in writing.
the the Elaine Nesta fight was also girl shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but
that's a
I
girl
don't
fight.
know. We're gonna get to that because like I both she had a point. Like again,
No, they both
Nesta,
have a point, but it's girl
correct,
fighting.
correct. But like anyway, like I can't believe that I'm taking it for Nesta on this one. Crazy.
Yeah. The entire time, we're very aware of how Nesta feels about Elaine. I mean, from the beginning.
Right.
And after coming out of the cauldron, while Nesta is useless, she's not worthless. And Elaine was both useless and worthless. And I mean the southern version of worthless, not
Mhm.
the actual version of worthless.
Mhm.
They're not the same. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, like um a southern parent will look at a sock with a hole in it and say it's worthless. It's like, no, you can still wear it. It'd probably be okay. Anyway,
I can
hit
see
me
you.
with the beginning, dude.
So we start in the library duty.
Sorry.
Library duty.
Duty.
Duty. we're
Sorry.
on we're on library duty with Gwyn. We're hanging out with Gwyn, becoming even more besties with her. But they're like, "Oh, that's super weird. I don't like that at all." Um and we get like kind of like a situation where her siphon, which we find out is not a siphon, it's an invoking stone, but it's similar to a siphon. Basically, it becomes like Sting from The Hobbit. Like, it starts glowing because there's something weird there. And she's
Right.
like, "Oh, something's weird here. We got to get out of here." So, that was very interesting. But basically, it's like she's like, "Well, why don't you just wear it on top of your head?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm not worthy." I'm like, "What is with all these women not being worthy in these books?" But whatever, it's fine.
Right.
You know who would never be like that? Aelin Galathinius, but you've not met her. She's in a different series of hers.
No, she's an absolute doll. Let's not even
She
talk
is.
about it.
You have no idea how much of a dog she is. She really
But
is.
she's a fucking weapon. Nuclear.
She really is. Bryce is not that bad either. She's pretty cool. But I think
Dude,
you'll
Bryce
honestly,
hold her own
I
forever.
think
Bryce
I
is
think you'll
so
meet
good.
I think you'll meet Bryce. I'm trying to decide which series we're going into next after this, and if we're gonna stick with SJM or move to a different author for a minute.
I'm sorry, there's a mosquito right there. Like
Get it.
on my ceiling. Okay.
You're delicious. That's why it wants you.
It was 104 degrees outside of DC today.
Like legitimate? That's not hyperbole. That's like legitimately the temperature.
Yeah. Yeah. Feels like 104.
Blech. Feels like what was it though?
98.
Oh, that's
They
gross.
I went for a walk. I actually went for a walk in that.
Well, good for
Saw
you, buddy.
It's hot in hell.
Good for you, buddy.
Oh, for those who don't know, I had ACL surgery like 4 weeks ago. 4.5 weeks ago. Anyway, go ahead.
Way to make it. Way to do it, buddy. You good job. Good job.
I have a 20-pound weight on vest on
It's
too.
also way too hot to be walking outside. I would have refused. So anyhow, we are in the library. We figure out it like talks back to her. And then we meet a couple of other priestesses to figure out like what's going on. We kind of learn about all that. And then we go to train.
Sorry.
Dude, you gotta stop letting these bloodsuckers in your house.
Something's got to suck in here.
Oh dear, so
Sorry.
many things to say. Not enough jokes.
Okay.
So we are in training with Cassian, and we find out some more information as far as backstory on Cassian. So, like, these chapters is just Cassian's trauma background dumped onto Nesta in chunks and pieces. So in this one, we find out that more about his mom, and that his dad was just like a piece of crap that, ended up knocking her up and then going back to his wife and family.
I would say worse than a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And so
he's a punch on sight.
basically.
Yeah.
So like Reese changed the laws to try to make things better, because before that, like nothing would happen. She was shunned, even though like it wasn't a good situation for her. She was shunned because she had a baby out of wedlock, was forced to give birth alone in a tent in the dead of winter. It's like bad news bears for his mom. Like, I understand that he completely killed an entire village, which, to be fair, they deserved it. But
whoa. I mean, yeah, but go ahead.
I mean,
I just how I feel. I'm not big on genocide, but okay.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, he felt bad. He had to he felt bad for like 10 years. It took him like 10 years to get over it. Which
that's fair.
It doesn't, I mean,
that's like one season for us. It's like feeling bad for 3 months.
Yeah. Right. So hard to know exactly how bad he feels about that. But basically, I think Cassian's mom wins for the absolute shittiest life in all of these. Like, we have seen some folks who have had it rough, but I don't think anybody has had a worse situation than Cassian's poor mom.
Yeah, we agree. Cassian's poor mom has the fate of like anime parents or Disney moms.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't deserve that.
No.
I mean, animated Disney moms. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, but basically he says that to say the only thing that really got me through all of that was like training and working hard. And even when things continued to be crappy in my life, I just kept training, and it made me feel better. And that's like his, I guess, way of being like, work for me, maybe it'll work for you.
Also, it's his way of saying there's more than one way to feel better about what's going on. Mm-hmm. Right. I think that's actually the message, is like, hey, there's more than one way to accomplish acceptance. Mine was this. Yours can be this. It can be other things too.
Mm-hmm.
So it was more like relating in a more holistic thing. Mm-hmm. And he reaffirms that with her later in chapter 17 or 18. Right. Anyway, keep going.
Well,
do you think?
Then we have dinner with Cassian, because the house is like, if you want to eat, you're going to eat dinner with him.
Yeah, Daddy House. What do we call it? We gotta come up with a name.
Daddy Dom House.
Yeah.
The House of Wind as the Daddy Dom.
The House of Farts.
Yeah. It makes her go have dinner with him, and she's like, he was like, how was work? It's like the cutest little it's so domestic, right? It's like,
I'll tell you what, it reminds me of like, I don't know, it just reminds me of like people who know each other,
mm-hmm.
but not like, it's almost familial.
Yeah.
It's almost like, okay. The only example I have is like, it's an aunt and uncle, but from different sides of the family, having to have a lunch together, having to have dinner together with not they're not babysitting anybody. They're just staying at, their siblings who are married's house while the siblings are out, and they're just
Yeah.
like both there at the same time. And it's like the aunt and uncle, and they don't really know each other, but they know, you know what I mean? They're like, hey, spaghetti night? Sure. Like you want to make some salad? He's like, I guess. I don't eat
Yes, I can.
salad. Yeah. That's what it feels like when they eat together in these first chapters. It's like
Yeah, it's like they're not sure how to be around each other, so they just try
they differ
random.
politically.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? They're just not alike. They're not
yeah,
aligned a lot.
yeah, and sometimes it's awkward, sometimes it works, but, so he's basically like, "How was work?" And she's like, "It was fine, nobody tried to, like, eat me today or, like, kill me, whatever." And the amount of, like, protectiveness, because let's be real, Nesta, like, has death powers, right? Like, she is formidable, to use your word that you love. Like, she's a dog, right? Um, but as soon as she
Absolute
mentioned
dog.
something like, "Oh, something tried to eat me," he's like he goes still and he's like, "Something tried to eat you on another day?" And then his siphons start glowing. He's like, "Tell me." It's so cute. It's adorable. I love him.
Well, but then she mentions where it is, and he's like,
He's like, "Oh god."
it's like
Oh.
not my biggest fear.
He's like, "Oh, I hate those guys."
Is this where he talks about the prison?
Yeah. So, talking
Buddy, the
about
prison the
all
prison was awesome. That's
yeah,
such a cool moment.
all the different ancient primordial beings, that, like, have kinda turned into all these awful things, the worst of which being Lanthus. So, let's talk about Lanthus for a second
Mhm.
because, he, as we find out, is, like, the granddaddy of the bogue, of the boggy, of the bogue. So, Lanthus could turn into wind and rip the air from your lungs. Oh, that's rough.
And I love how it's like, "I duped it. I tricked that son of a bitch." I
Like,
was like, "It's
because
awesome."
I knew something as powerful as that, the only thing that was gonna get him, ego. Every time, buddy, every time.
What an absolute weird flex too, by the way. Like,
Right?
what a weird flex to be like, "I knew if I just got it with pride, then it would kill itself."
I
And
mean,
it
basically
did.
itself in a mirror. I mean, that's how it is. So, yeah, it could turn into rain and drown you on dry land, which you're like, cool, like so can Pharaoh. He could peel your skin from your body with a few movements. Ugh, gross. Ugh.
Yeah.
Never revealed his true form, but when I faced him, he chose to appear as swirling mist. He fathered a race of fairies that still plague us, who thrived under Amaranth's reign, which is the bogey. And if there was such a thing as evil incarnate, it is him. He has no mercy, no sense of right or wrong. There is him and there is everyone else, and we are all his prey.
So we got to talk about this, by the way, and I love it. I love this depiction of this character. It's very fantasy, like
Mhm.
extreme fantasy, and I love it. You'd see this kind of character in like World of Warcraft, or you'd see it in something like The Last Airbender, Aang and The
Mhm.
Last Airbender, Avatar. I mean, um, what or Star Wars, even ripping wind out of someone's chest is very Star Warsy. The you got to be like, I think. Listen. Like, it's cool that they relate on this sort of stuff. But I was thinking about this while reading this, and it just popped back in my head. I read this like a week and a half ago, by the way.
Mhm.
My bad, by the way. Um, I was thinking about this. I was like, dude, they like maybe don't tell her the most dangerous creatures in a prison. She can for sure prison break. Like for someone who hates Reese, hates these people, like she is the one who could for sure be like, fuck this, I'm gonna go get the most dangerous people on the face of the planet out of this prison, and they've been there for 10,000 years, can give you
Right.
such a crick in the neck.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that the entire. I was like, dude, who are you? You maybe don't need to be telling the most dangerous person on the planet where the most dangerous things are, if in
Yeah.
case she turns. I
I
was thinking
get
about
it.
that.
I get it. But that they Cassian just believes in her, man. He believes in her so hard.
Her eyes glow with hot silver cold flame, which
Yeah.
is a cool thing to think about, by the way.
Hey, you know who just joined this live?
Was it
LP.
Hank?
What up, LP?
Are we talking about Leslie Putnam?
Yeah, LP just joined.
Leslie Putnam, you are not here. I don't agree.
No, she's here. She can be here if she wants. Trust, she's probably gonna dip out real quick.
Trust. She's like, I ain't read this.
Have you read this? I can't remember
No.
if you have or not.
Every time I talk to her, she's like, I ain't read it. I'm in the middle of 3 books right now. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's fine. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, she says nope. Well, this is gonna be fun for you for approximately 2.5 seconds, but
We just actually, I got you. We're about to talk about a sex scene, LP. See
yeah.
ya.
I mean,
See ya.
listen, she does. She says, "But I love your faces." Oh, thank you so much. I love your face.
Cheers.
That's bless it. So, you had previously talked about how we hadn't seen many creatures lately.
Yeah.
Oh, she says,
Fantasy.
"Oh, I'm for sure out."
I told you
Yeah.
she was out with the
Yeah.
sex scene stuff. Yeah.
So, no, you were saying, like, we haven't seen a lot of creatures lately because the first book was full of, like, the bogey and all the other things, but we hadn't really seen any, like, creature fantastic blah blah stuff. And so we finally get some of that at this point in multiple ones. So it's like of all the occupants in the prison, Lanthus is the one that he dreads finding the way out the most. But then he goes into all this other stuff. So he's like, "Oh yeah," and then there was this other one that had like 7 heads. And
Leslie joined mine. She just joined us. Yeah. LP joined mine too. Sorry, go ahead.
sweet. Sweet. So it's like 7 there's like this creature that has like 7 heads. Oh, you know that like gnarly scar I have right here, like on my pec? Yeah, that was from that. He's just like casually listing them off of all the things, and then she's just getting like greener and greener, and she's like, "Okay, actually, I don't want to know anymore. Thanks."
No, and what's so cool and frightening is we've made hints toward other creatures in this world that we've not seen yet. Two that plague my mind. I think we're going to see dragons soon, which I think is kind of cool. It feels like dragons are coming from the mountains, and then there's creatures near old girl's place. My fantasy wife,
More.
my fantasy Subaru driving wife's place.
Yeah, more. Yeah, there's stuff that lives in the woods, you know, which
Into the woods.
I get it. I'm sure there's all kinds of crazy stuff in the woods that I don't want to know about, you know?
You live pretty close to the woods. Like there are trees right outside, right?
No, yeah, like forest there. Yeah.
If you walk like 30 feet into the woods near where you are, they're gonna you're gonna hear your name said out loud. Not a
Yeah,
joke.
we don't go
We don't
outside.
do that. We don't do that. No. Like, oh, speaking of LP, at her parents' house, we used to play hide and seek in the dark outside.
No.
No. No.
No. Because she's much more in the woods than I am. At least
That
her parents' house.
that's a palatial mountain estate where you're deep in the woods.
No,
No one
that's
can hear you scream. It
the
was
fact
so
that
scary.
the fact that y'all, like, made it out alive, good for y'all. So we talk about all of those, and she's like, "No, thank you, I don't wanna know anymore." And then, they start talking about, like, her eyes, because he's like, "Well, then who left the handprint on the stairs?"
Oh, right.
And she's like, "I don't know, maybe it was Lucian, he's got fire in his veins." And then we find out he said your fire was different from his, that it burned cold somehow. So it's like, it's fire. It's almost like it's silver flames. What?
I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. It's one of those decent reveals. It's like she's like, it's not my power, man. Like, yeah, it is.
Yeah. But anyway, he's like, "What happened between you and Amryn?" She's like, "I don't want to talk about it. Let's just move on." And then he says, "Did you know how your eyes glow when your power rises to the surface like molten steel, like silver fire?" And then she's like, "Oh, okay, whatever." And he's like, "No, it's beautiful." And then he says, "The first time I saw that look on your face, you were still human. Still human, and I nearly went to my knees before you." We love that.
Yeah, we love that. And also that was at her house.
Yeah.
That was in the human realm. Like when
Mhm.
I don't know if they explicitly say it in the chapter, but like I saw it in my head when he
Mhm.
sees her and he's just like,
Yeah. He
yeah,
says, "Your power is a song, and I and one I've waited a very, very long time to hear, Nesta. Oh,
Mm.
Cassian, you got some good lines, buddy. Good for
Yeah,
you.
he
Good for
doesn't
you.
suck. He
He
doesn't
does.
suck. As somebody who has the capacity to build people up and
Mhm.
tear them all the way down,
Mhm.
every once in a while, Cassian gets you with one, and you're just like,
He does. He does. Okay, so
yeah,
then he does the thing. He does the thing right at the end of this chapter where he says, he like leans in, he's like whispering in her ear, and he says, "Do you know what I'm going to think of tonight?"
man, I kind of hate that he did this, by the way.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't
Ah,
hate- He says, "I'm going to think of that look on your face. I'm always thinking of that look on your face."
yeah, I got to tell you, it's not as cool as the your like a song, but I
Yeah. One
the
was one was sexy.
it's a little cheesy, but it's a little campy. But what I'll say is,
We love that.
I love that it ruffled her feathers
Yeah.
because as a guy, you never know when you say something because you and I talked about this about a friend, a friend of mine, that I said the one time I said something flirty to her, and I was like, "Do you think that was pretty flirty?" And you were like, "Yeah, dude,
Mhm.
that's okay. That one was good. Like that one
Okay.
was the right kind. That was
Yeah.
right kind of salt and pepper on that."
Yeah.
And but we never know. Like I never know if I've ruffled a girl's feathers. And so like I love that they show this where she's like having trouble getting, you know,
Mhm.
settled down and whatnot. And she's like, I wonder
Yeah.
what's happening with Cassian. And it's what's happening with Cassian. It's exactly what she thinks times three. um,
Mhm. Yep.
mhm.
And that was yeah, I mean, we're talking about we go right into how she handles that situation, literally.
Literally.
Literally. And, it's like he kinda wins one because like, that O, actual multiple O's that she has in that all of them belong to him, even though he wasn't there,
No,
because
yeah.
that's what she was thinking about.
Yeah.
So
Oh, and the house is like, praise him. The house is like, I did it. I put them together.
I love that she tells the house to go away.
Yeah, right.
She
I'm gonna
tells
need
the house, like, I don't know if this works or not, but, like, "Can you come back at dawn? Because like, I gotta do some stuff that I don't
I
want you
need
to."
some private time. I about
Oh,
said
that makes
something
me laugh.
so inappropriate.
Oh,
Right there. I
it
almost said something
makes
so
me
inappropriate.
laugh. So, basically, the juxtaposition this is the part that I think that's hilarious. The juxtaposition of her it's like it was Cassian's hand, like, in her mind, it's, like, very girl, like, written focus. It mentions it was Cassian's hand that's doing it multiple, multiple times, and then it says, finally, it was Cassian's hand that brought her over the edge and into a release so intense she nearly cried out. It was Cassian's hand that slid into her over and over again, release after release, until Nesta lay wrung out and panting upon the bed with only the darkness to hold her. Page flip into
It's awesome.
Cassian hadn't slept well. It was hard to sleep well when he'd been so aroused he'd had to pleasure himself not once, but 3 times in italics.
Yeah.
3 times just to calm the hell down enough to close his eyes.
Buddy, the transition here
Mhm,
from poetic, romantic,
mhm.
um, very alliterative language to utilitarian blue collar. Like that's exactly what I was like.
It's
Okay,
like,
this is
that dang thing wouldn't go down, it wouldn't
this.
deflate.
If you don't go down, we're gonna have an issue.
Yeah, that thing wouldn't go down, he didn't deflate the whole time. I gave it a stern talking to, but 3 times, my friend. 3
Nothing's worse, by the way, than after. Never mind. You know what? I'll say it. Nothing's worse than after the second time, and you're just like, it's been like 20 minutes, and you're like, fuck, 20 minutes after twice. I'm tired. You start
Doesn't
like
it?
bad, like you start sweating. Like I'm sweating right now thinking about it. Like you start
Right?
sweating, like
Mm.
you're just like, I just want to go to sleep. And sometimes it takes 3 times.
So, like, sometimes all right, I guess we'll go there. So
This is how this goes down. Plus, hey, Emily from my church might be watching and she loves this shit. So hit it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so, for women who are lucky enough to be multi-orgasmic, um, what happens usually is, like, the first one is the one that takes the longest, but then after that, it's like you can get multiples popped off, like, pretty fast, but isn't it the opposite for guys? Where, like, the first one the first one can happen pretty much whenever you want it to, but then if you are multiple, it takes longer each time.
I think the stereotype's pretty accurate.
Okay. Because
From
of,
what
like
I've discovered, from what the conversations I've had in real life, that
right,
stereotype is pretty accurate. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right. Because like,
Yeah.
refractory periods and things, like, it makes sense, right?
Right.
Okay. So, yeah, that's, like, maybe a little bit unfair that the biology of that is different, but or opposite, but whatever.
And it's what it is.
It is what it is, my friend.
But
So we go into Cassian, unless there anything else you need to say about that, or you want me can I get back to the
I just know, I just love that he's like wakes up frazzled and he's just
Mhm,
like, I did not sleep good. This sucks. And
mhm.
she slept like a baby, which is hilarious.
Yeah, 'cause that's how it do be like that sometimes.
Yeah. And sometimes it do be like the opposite. And I just thought this was
Mhm.
great.
Yeah,
Where are we at? Cassie cannot sleep 3 times, blah blah blah.
and then they go to breakfast the next day, and that's when Nesta has her first moment where she realizes, like, "Oh, I you can the scent does change." So, the thing that's always, like, a little awkward about books like this is, like, when the fairies and the heightened sense of smell and all this heightened senses and all of that, they
Yeah.
literally can smell when each other are horny and turned on. And so, Nesta experienced that for the first time where she was like, "Oh, oh, okay, I do get it 'cause, Cassian, okay, alright."
Yeah, he's down a clown. One
He's
quick one quick thing. Ken Kirkpatrick, 106. Guess what's up, dude? Hi, we're talking about this. Anyway, go ahead. What do you think?
So he bless.
Bless.
He's getting worked up, she's getting worked up. He realizes that what she did the night before, and he's like, "Excellent. She was just as worked up as I was. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
good news for me."
yeah. He
Yeah.
when we talked about this in the second book when Reese and old girl finally do it, and then Reese is like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna be worked up for the next month, basically."
Mhm,
This is also very similar, obviously, because it's a similar action. Very, very similar, by the way. When you're around someone and you both have shown mutual physical attraction and you both kind of like each other.
mhm.
I don't know about the lady side, but for the dude, it's just like, buddy, this like it's like walking through a cloud.
Mhm.
It's always there in your brain. Like I'm gonna be around this person that I know likes me and I like them, and I don't know how not to talk to them about this. And did we just change lighting for you?
Yeah. I'm just gotta replug some stuff in. Don't worry about it.
Uh, no, I'm just gonna keep talking like I know what I'm talking about.
You're good.
And that kind of feelings happened to me like 4 or 5 times in the last as a single dude in the last like 15 years, where you're just like, wait, you, oh, you, and you. It's like for me, it's a like a manifestation. It's an aura. I was talking to somebody about that this weekend. Like when you when you know you like someone and they know they like you, and it's like physical too, and it's like, oh, like the room colors change
Mhm.
to for me. And it's really, really cool. And I love how it's described in here as a scent. So it's essentially the same thing for me.
Right.
That's how I kind of relate to that thing. I'm gonna keep going because that one is a little bit
Me
different right now.
what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Um, well, you're like dimmer.
Yeah. But wait for it.
Uh-oh.
And she's back. Oh no.
All right, she's not back though. But
Not back. So close. There we
but
go.
so this is also when we do the sign up sheet, right? Like we are to the point where we have a sign up sheet on the, and this is where he's like, "Hey, if I gotta put a sign up sheet on the library, you think the girls would join?"
Yeah,
Hello?
they we're in. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You're just a little bit shaky.
Am I back? Am I back?
Uh-oh. Oh, Meg's here.
Oh yes,
Meg Dalmatian
Meg.
on
We've been
the
waiting for you, baby.
on the YouTubes. Meg, what's happening, dude?
Love that.
Yeah.
Welcome.
We're almost to the hand job.
So yeah, so we're talking about basically they go into training after that.
Right.
And they work on their core muscles, bless her. And then we're talking about the plank that is not a big deal
It's a big deal.
for you.
It's a big, you got to work up to 5 minutes. It would probably take me 6 to 8 months to work back up to 5 minutes. Maybe 3 months. Not that long though.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that as long as you
So
recover well, you can actually work up to it pretty quick.
right. So we talk about the this is where we get the lore dump. What's going on?
I just was laughing because you were like, right. And so now we're gonna go to the lore dump, and then but also like the frame rate on your side is a little bit slow. It's
Yeah,
so
it's jumpy.
we're catching frames. Hope
Yeah, it's jumping at the moment.
oh, Meg
We'll
said,
see if it
"Woo,
clears up.
all right." Actually, Meg, was it like,
Yeah.
"Woo, all right," or was it like, "Whoa, all right," or was it like, "Oh, okay." 1, 2, or 3. Anyway, so lore dump.
The lore dump. So we have to find out about the blood right, and basically this is where we get the reveal of what it is, which is like basically some Hunger Games shit, right? Like
Yeah, no one, like a lot of people die, which is really, really sad. They get dumped onto the side of a mountain or a forest or whatever below a mountain. They can't use their wings. They can't use magic. I thought in the earlier book they said they didn't have clothes on too, but in this one it seemed like they had clothes on. Um, they have to make their own tools. They have to hunt for
yeah, you naked.
themselves.
They get dumped like naked. That's for
Uh,
sure. That
she said it was like, wow, okay. Um, so you find out that essentially it's like Quidditch, where the game doesn't end until the snitch is caught,
okay,
and
got it.
like the blood right doesn't end until like everyone dies or or someone gets to the top or but they said only 6 had made it to the top before, the 3 of them who found each other, and he tells them like, "Oh yeah, they even separated us because we were too formidable."
Yeah,
We're
they're
too
like,
good. We're
well, they're
too
gonna
good
be
best of
too
buddies.
good. Yeah, they're gonna be too good, so they split them up, and that didn't work out because they basically underestimated how much they would want to work together because none of the
Well,
others. I
yeah,
mean, let's be real. Probably most of everybody else like gonna just leave everybody out to dry. They don't really care.
yeah. They were trained to do so.
Right. Right.
They were trained to survive. Is actually, I think, so. The 3 of them, they touch the stone at the same time. Only 3 others, and then I think you find out that the 3 others all died in the war. Which,
Two out of three. So there's only the three of them plus one more that we don't know who it is.
there might be another formidable Illyrian out there that we
Yeah,
don't know. Is it
there's only one left.
going to be Devlin or whatever his name is? Devon.
I don't think so. But we don't know
We'll
who it
figure out.
is. Not
We'll find
mentioned.
out who it is.
Yeah.
I love this part of the lore essentially because it continues to help Cassian relate to Nesta, or like It's like, hey, look, Nesta, like what you see is the product of a lot of love and a
Mhm.
lot of heartbreak,
Mhm.
and a lot of perseverance and a lot of resolve. And she like she's learning like she knows she likes him, but these are the moments where she's learning to love him.
Right.
And this is, we've talked about this before, like, and it's in this book quite a bit actually. I think in the other books actually, it's in the series quite a bit where like a guy will fall for a girl immediately and he will know
Right.
like immediately. And
Right.
like you kind of have to create a scenario where there's so much fondness the girl has for the guy that they're missed, or there's uh um there's an opportunity for love to spark there. Like it happens quite a bit in the series where it's like, oh, she doesn't know how much she likes him. Right.
Mhm.
So
Right.
you kind of
Until
have to
yeah,
create a
until something
situation
bad
where,
happens.
right. Or you just create a situation
Right.
where the fondness, where it's like, where she's like, hey, I miss you. And it's like, yeah, you do. Yeah, I've liked you for
Yeah.
months and months and months and years. But
Right.
now you suddenly miss me
Welcome.
now.
Welcome to
Welcome to the actual
right.
conversation. Um, and
Right.
so
Right.
this is one of those moments.
Yeah. Friends to lovers a lot of times, Meg's saying, in this kind of situation, which that makes sense.
We love friends
Um,
and lovers.
I mean, it's one of Luke's very favorites,
It is
so
my favorite.
makes sense. That's where we differ. I'm like an enemies to lovers all the way, and you're like friends to lovers. But so like this is one of the rare times that something is mentioned that even Reese doesn't get a say in, because normally like Reese is like exempt from everything, but this is like the one time that we find out it's like we kill our way to the mountain. We're drugged and dumped into the wilderness and nothing but our clothes. Oh, okay, with nothing but our clothes. So they aren't naked. Okay.
Yeah.
And you have to participate. Once you're in, you can't leave, at least until the rite is over or you reach the peak. If anyone breaks into the rite to extract or save you, the law declares that both of you will be hunted down and unalived for the transgression. Even Reese isn't exempt from those laws.
Hmm.
So
Like a
that's like
dog.
one of the few things that is a little different. Because normally Reese can do whatever he wants. So there you go.
Yeah.
So anyway, we lure dump, we get done with that, and then that's when she's like, well, is that why females can't participate? And he's like, listen, my buddy Moore would tear this thing up. Okay. She'd win everything
Maybe.
in record time. But no, I wouldn't even want her participating in the rite, is like what he says. So she's like, well, if I can get my friends to come work out with me because I don't like going to the gym by myself, and what girl does? Would you train? Would you train them?
And I love his answer, by the way. It's like, if you can get him here, I'll train him. No big deal.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want you to get your hopes up because, like, it would be a big step for them even to show up because I'm a dude based on their experience. And, like, also Cassian, way to understand that. He is normally
Yeah.
not emotionally with it. He's not the one that is generally, gonna be the most emotionally intelligent man of the series. So way to know that up front, Cass.
Yeah. Him being like, honey, they don't come outside. Like it's not just a man training them. They don't come outside of a mountain cave.
Right.
So
So she goes to Clotho and she's like, "Hey, can I hang up my sign-up sheet behind your desk? Would that be okay?" And Clotho's like, "For what?" Like, we kinda already talked about that, but she's like,
I'm looking for
sure.
a roommate. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but no.
Okay, babe, whatever you think."
Maybe
But then, like,
what if it was
after,
for
like
roommates? If it was for roommates first, and then for, hey, can you guys, if you come and live with me in my house, and the two strongest warriors of all time, who are nobler than King Arthur and all the knights in his court,
Mhm.
then this you all know Cassian, he's the man, and Azrael is scary, but he's also devilishly handsome. Um, and you could just hang out with us. And then,
Mhm.
like in the morning, we go fisticuffs, and then we just come back and hang out in the library in the afternoon, like we do. Maybe
Yeah.
that's a better way to do
Yeah.
it.
Well, it's like this she bless her, is like she's like a kid that has auditioned for a community theater that keeps wanting to check back to see if the cast list is up. Like,
Yeah.
she is in that library far more often than she normally is, just checking that list.
It's actually kind of cute, but it's also that same energy that I was talking about before. And I'm not gonna do it again, but I'm gonna do it again actually. Where it's like, I just wanted to see your feedback.
Mhm.
Anyway, it's cute. It's kind of
It's
cute.
true.
It's a little obnoxious, but it's cute.
It is a little cute, and then we have, like, training montage after training montage. I did like the scene where he, like, teaches her how to throw a proper punch. And he says, because he's like, "Don't do it this way or you could, like, break your thumb and it will hurt. Do it this way and you could,
Yeah,
like, shatter your wrist. Do it this way," and she's like, "Dang, like, this is it seems very risky to, like, punch someone." He's like, "Right. That's why, like, don't get in fights unless, like, don't settle things with your fists unless you have to, and then if you have to, do it right."
yeah. Actually, phenomenal lesson to learn,
Yeah,
just in
I was
general.
very I enjoyed that one.
Yes, like there's a great chance if you don't know how to punch, you're gonna break your hand when you punch someone. Like a huge, like huge.
I
I
have
don't
never
know.
touched anyone. I have wanted to, but
I've
I've
gotten
never
swung on, and I've caught the
mm,
punch because the guy reared all the way back, and I mean, it was just this big old thing, and I was just like, "What are you doing? I'm six
mm,
foot three, massive. Can you? We're not doing
mm,
this, right? Can we stop?" And he was like, and I was like, "Yeah, fucking, we can have a conversation. We're not doing that, bro." Anyway,
man, look at you, look at you.
I mean,
Um,
listen. Also, don't telegraph a punch. Never telegraph anything, actually. But go ahead. Sorry.
right, keep keep everything as, like, close to the vest as possible, I agree. I agree. Lane shows
Yeah,
up.
thumb out. She said,
Oh, see, Meg you
Meg
know why
said,
Meg knows? 'Cause
very
she's from Boston. Meg from Boston knows how to throw a
thumb
punch,
out,
and that's
punch,
surprising.
thumb out, punch through.
Punch
Punch through is huge too.
through.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Punch through, huge. Anyway,
I appreciate you, Meg, I appreciate the fact that you know how to throw a punch. I really do.
chill.
So
Me too.
Elaine shows up the next day? You wanna talk about girl fight?
Like I literally said up the thing just a minute ago that like Nesta, this is where she begins to fall in love with him is when he's like being vulnerable and being thoughtful
Mhm,
and blah 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 blah. Like
mhm,
this is the most self. Nesta is so self. Excuse me. Elaine is so selfish here.
mhm.
Like she
Yeah.
didn't need to go see Nesta. I hated this, and like
Mm,
Nesta smelled it out immediately.
mhm,
She didn't react to it. Like she didn't say, "Honey, this is selfish of you. I'm fine. I need you to go away for a
mhm,
little while though, because I'm still working on some shit." She didn't say that.
mhm,
She got real defensive and terrible, but which is
mhm.
totally fine. I'm like you. I think I back Nesta in this one for like,
Yeah. I mean, Nesta has a point in this one. So she basically was like, "I know the circumstances for your coming here were awful, but it doesn't mean you need to be so miserable about it." Like, mm.
boy, go fuck yourself. Yeah.
I don't like that. I do not like
Uh,
that one. I read that one, I was
yeah.
like, "Ooh, girl, Elaine, no, that color is not cute on you. Don't do that."
No, 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 no. There's this thing called high roading someone, and you don't
Mhm.
deserve it.
No, no, and, here's the thing, like,
Meg, you're so
Nesta's
funny. You're so funny, Meg. Sorry, you're funny.
oh, sorry, I haven't read the comment, what say?
It says
Oh,
I did feel bad for Elaine here too, though. I hated it too. I was like, yeah, this
yeah,
is like
it's a lot.
as I was reading initially, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was like, okay, Nesta, you don't have to be such a bitch. And then I
Right.
was like, oh right, this is not Elaine's story. Step out. This is so selfish. This is so selfish.
I get it, but I mean, Nesta, and I'm not a Nesta girly, so the fact that I'm about to defend her, it makes me feel
Mm,
things. But
mm.
she has a point. She says, "I sat by your side for weeks while you wasted away, refusing food and drink, while you appeared to hope you'd just rather wither and die." And she says, "No one suggested you either shape up or be shipped back to the human lands." Now, I do agree because I think this is one of those things where, again, I'm going to identify. Hate.
You
Hate it.
identify with everybody. Come on.
I mean, I don't know what that's about.
Part of your charm.
I don't know what that's about. But the thing that I identify with as being really aggravated, that because Nesta is the strong one, which translates into the bitchy one, they're like, "Ugh, can you get over it already?" And Elaine, who's like the little flower that is pretty much worthless in a lot of ways. Maybe she'll get better in whatever new book is coming out, but she's not really contributed in any meaningful way other than, I guess, she like randomly winnowed to try to off the King of Hybern. But we get, she's
That
just
was
not.
that was a weird moment in the book. But yeah.
It's just not, she's just, I mean, she's kind of a wallflower with no personality, gonna be honest. So not a big fan of her, but because she is the sweet one, and like the weak one, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, is Elaine okay? Is Elaine okay?" Like we're now 5 books in of like, "Is Elaine okay?" Like, I don't care
No, I don't
if
either.
she's okay. I don't care.
Um, I actually am gonna double down with you, and like later on when Reese is defending Elaine a little bit, I'm like, buddy, you're the most emotionally mature person here, and you're in the wrong. Like this made me like Reese a lot less.
Mm,
Like in this situation because he
mm,
immediately goes to less emotionally mature, more impulse driven. It's
mhm,
like what does she say about my wife? It's like, buddy, get the fuck out
mm.
of here. And even Cassian's like, buddy, get the fuck out of here. Like it's okay. This is they're
Well,
sisters.
'cause he
Sisters fight like
tells.
this. It's fine. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but I mean, this is also one of those times where we had kind of Cassian telling him to like pipe down.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Like
exactly what I'm
he
saying. He
tells
was like,
Cass, yeah, like Cassian tells Reese, like, "You need to calm down, buddy."
yeah, buddy. It's honestly these are girls and their sisters and they argue. They'll be fine.
Yep.
They're not
But
going
we don't
anywhere.
see that happen.
Like no, when you
So,
see like Reese sees a helpless girl coming out crying, and he thinks, "Oh, the Wicked Witch of the West has bit her head off," and it's like, buddy,
mhm,
that's not how that goes down. And I know for personal experience because my younger brother and I we get into screaming matches at each other, and 15 minutes later we're joking about some Dragon Ball Z bullshit. So
mhm,
or the next day. So we do learn to apologize. We've learned to apologize to each other, which has been pretty nice.
mhm,
But like this is my least favorite part of Reese's character because he's like, I'm gonna defend it. It's like, buddy, you don't need to. Like, buddy,
yeah,
there's more important things to think about. Like his ultimate defense of his wife, huge fan of that trope. I think that's great.
mhm,
And I love that she has that similar energy like you do with your husband. I love that. I adore that. But
mhm,
this part where Reese and I'm glad that Reese didn't say, "You're just saying that because you want to fuck that chick." You know what I mean? Like that didn't happen. Even
no,
though Reese could have said it, and it would have been true.
yeah,
It'd have been true to Reese. It may not have been factual, but
right.
um, yeah,
Well, let's get to
we're
it.
tickets forever. So sorry.
Let's get to it, and by it, I mean, so she goes down the stairs, she comes
She
back up the stairs.
she overreacts, but she makes it pretty far.
Yep, Cassian is there. I mean, she does it out of spite, which again, relatable. And then she gets back up there, Cassian's there, and he's like, "Look, I don't give a shit how long it takes you to get over this. I just don't. Like, go ahead and take forever. I don't care. It's fine." Everything's gonna be okay. It took me 10 years to get over the fact that I may have emotionally overreacted and smote an entire village. But
Committed genocide, actually, I think
but
is the correct.
in my defense, they did do some horrible to my mom. So, like,
Yeah. And he also spends every waking moment while he's there in Illyria helping
right,
that to not happen to other people.
right,
Right.
right.
So
So he definitely is, like,
yeah.
trying to do better. Know better, do better.
Right. But there's some relatability here.
Mhm,
At this point, I don't think I think their relationships blossomed a little bit too far past her shutting him out. Like she doesn't get to do that again. Like if she
mhm.
did that again now, I think he would quit on her. So I don't think
Yeah,
it's even in the cards, is what I'm saying. Like I don't think that's
yeah,
even remotely an option. Like she just wouldn't do it
yeah.
because
Well,
there's a level of trust there that's more than surface deep.
yeah. They're
Emotional
definitely
trust, I mean.
they are definitely getting there for sure. And
Right?
it's about
At this
damn time.
point, Cassian is Nest's best friend.
Right,
And maybe the only one she's ever had.
right. Well, other than the house.
Is this where he says the way you looked at me while you were laying over my body when the King of Hybern?
Right.
That's another pretty emotionally intelligent thing to say.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, it
There's
backfired because he arrived way too soon to the conclusion of the situation.
Yep.
Hence the title of this video.
Mhm.
I thought it was clever. It may have been too clever.
I can't see the full thing, so what did you call it? Like, what's the name
Nest,
of it?
Nesta helps Cassian arrive early. ...
Excellent.
I think it was a little too clever. I think I think it didn't make it obvious enough. I was like, "Ooh,
I mean,
how can I say this?
right,
You know, and
right.
then
It's so
it's
let's get to
really it's
the
really
arriving.
hard. It's just hard to figure some stuff out.
Can you stop calling things hard after this, like,
What?
of exactly what we're talking about? I gotta plug in something so my computer doesn't die. 1 second.
Okay, as we talk about palms and hands and ups and downs, the makeout session was kind of cool. Not gonna lie to you, I thought it was kind of okay. It was cool for like a beginning makeout thing. Um, Title is amazing. Thank you, Meg. Appreciate it. The like I said, I think it wasn't on the nose enough, but I don't think I could have made it any more on the nose. The they have this like kind of fight. Hey, what did you do? What did you do to Elaine? And it's like she's like, buddy, it's none of your fucking business. And then they jump to the genocide part where Nesta commits a swerve. Now, before we get to the mandible claw situation in the hand, I think it's important to know that like usually she does a swerve and tries to swerve away from something to avoid talking about it. And this time she swerved towards something to talk about something, which is growth, which is the beginning of acceptance of a situation. But then the tension is mounted so much that does she plant one on him or does he finally just like plant one on her? I can't remember. Did I lose you, Emily? Emily. Oh, I lost her. I think I lost her, boys and girls. But yeah. Meg, can you tell me which one? Did she plant one on him or I have to look it up. About to find out. I think it was her. Yeah, I think it was her too. But then
Can you
she
hear
like,
me now?
oh yeah.
Okay. It was her. She, like, grabs him and and is like, "I'll
Mm.
show him."
Yeah. Oh, right. It's the only way I can get him to shut up. And that's what she told herself. I remember this
Mhm.
now. Hilarious. You know, you honey, you tell yourself whatever you have to. um then what else does happen? Oh, right. And then they start fooling around. She puts her hand on him in his lower region. She's like, holy crap. But then, she's not too, she's not too little for the moment. She steps up and she starts doing the thing. And it's as
Mhm.
much of an emotional release for her as it is for him, because like she has taken control of the situation, similar to the drinking, similar to the tomfoolery. Good
Right.
job, SJM. And my favorite part obviously is he like, if you do this any longer, I love that she can't figure out how to unbutton his pants. Hilarious. Um
She's
the
like, "Fuck it."
Yeah, she's like, fuck it. I'm gonna take control right now. And and then he's like, if you keep going, I'm gonna dot dot dot. And then she's like, harder, faster, harder, faster, harder, faster. And then kabloom. And then she saunters off. And he's like left there in a state of post what do they call it? Post nut something. Post nut uh bright,
Post.
being smart. Post nut glee,
That one I
maybe.
can't help you with. I'm not really sure what you're talking about
No,
on that one. That one.
there's like a mindset that's like that where you're just like, oh right, my brain's not poor Cassian, yeah. Post
Or
where you're like, oh, my brain's not ruled by sex. I can actually just make normal decisions. This is kind of awesome. Oh, we lost you on the TikTok.
oh, yeah,
Yeah,
it
let's
was
go.
doing some weird shit, and it was sucking all of the energy of my computer, so I pieced out of it.
But there definitely did he's just left standing there, and that's kind of the end of the chapter, right?
So, yeah, so, you hit
No,
most of all
there's
the
more.
moments that most of the moments that I enjoyed, which was, like, the pants situation.
Post nut
Post
clarity is
There you go.
yes.
Way to go, Meg. Yes, she I got you. I got you. Meg, you got us so hard the whole night. Um,
It's so hard, like the hardest.
so hard the whole
Yes.
night. No, but I do like that, so a couple things, like, yes, I do enjoy the fact that she is the one that kind of, like, attacks him and mauls him, and then he's, like they kinda, like, jockey for position.
Yeah, there's some dueling. They're dueling a
Yeah.
little bit.
I enjoy that. And I love that this was like he got real, like real time confirmation that she was really into it
Yeah.
and that she wanted it. Because before it's like, okay, it got her worked up, but like, and she had to like handle the situation herself. But was that about me? Like, was she thinking about me, or was that like it just got her in the mood and then she had to handle it? And what did she think about? Was she thinking about me or was she thinking about somebody else?
Yeah,
Um,
we've talked about
this
this
is like
before.
in the moment.
I love
Real
when this happens in real time. And I'm not talking about this specific situation. I'm talking about when you're like, "Oh,
Mhm.
oh,
Right.
oh, women be too subtle sometimes."
Mm.
So,
There was not subtlety in this at all.
no. No, 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 she was worked up. The,
Mhm.
well, I think about the regret thing, it kind of pisses me off.
Yes, because this is a miscommunication trope, which is the worst ones. Like,
Yeah,
honestly, miscommunication tropes make me wanna, like, throw something. I'm not a fan.
no.
Makes me so mad. And it's like, why didn't you just, I don't know, talk like adults and just be like, "Hey, what does that face mean?"
Yeah.
Because
Well, and, like, he knows his capacity, his boudoir capacity. Like, he could have just been like, "Oh, you didn't get yours. Great." And then picked her up and carried her to her room. Like, he didn't need to he could have just said, "House, help me out here," and the house would have helped him out somehow. I don't know.
probably would have just provided a bed, like, there you go. But
Right in
also,
the staircase.
right? But also, at that point, like, Nesta's not a gentle girl. Like, Nesta does not need a bed. Nesta would have been happy to have just been taken against that wall.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. Like make out for 3 to 5 minutes, and it doesn't take long.
mm-mm.
Especially in that scenario, you might not need three. You might just be right back at it in like 30 seconds.
I mean, he is an Illyrian warrior. I'm gonna assume he can just go again,
So,
like that.
some of us in super 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 hot situations can just go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I hate this. Like you said, whatever. His can we cut to the next morning, or do we need to talk about this some more?
No, we're good. So next morning, Azrael's there and he's like,
He's like,
is there something as your chaperone that I should know about?
yeah, I thought that was kind of cheesy. But it's fine. Um, and I love the internal monologue. Cassian's like, I can't tell him because that's embarrassing, but I can't confront her because that's embarrassing.
Right.
And I can't do anything about this because that's embarrassing. But
Either
also,
way, I lose.
what I hate, what I actually hate right here is Cassian has zero confidence, and I don't like that. Now you don't need vibrato,
Bravado?
bravado.
Yeah.
Yeah, vibrato is like,
Yeah, it's like not the same.
yeah, it might be the same.
Bravado.
It might be the same depending on the situation. Sometimes you
Yes,
have bravado,
Azrael.
bravado.
No, Meg. Hold please. Not quite. A little bit, but not quite. I know what you're thinking of. That's not this one.
What could Asriel smell it or no? Is that what you're answering?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, like I didn't need him to be like, "Oh, buddy, locker room top bullshit," but like
Mhm.
he could just be like he knows it's gonna happen again. Like he's not stupid. She's gonna like. There's no other dudes. Like at the very end of the day, that he's her best friend. There's no other dudes. He knows in real time. And so I hate that he's so insecure about this because he's the last person in the world who has any reason to be insecure about this situation. And I mean,
Mhm.
all of the males that we've met in this series have more of a reason to be insecure about this than him. All of them.
Right. Right.
Not him. It actually seemed out of character, if I'm being frank with you.
Mhm.
Like, I wish he had looked at her and been like, "Hey," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, like you got the better of me, but you don't control me. We're gonna make this better tomorrow,
Yeah.
today, right now. And I hate like it made me kind of I thought it was kind of bad writing. I'm not gonna lie to you, like because that's not like that dude isn't that insecure. Other dudes in the series, Reese, all of them, they're all a little bit more insecure than Cassian.
I think Cassian though, with Nesta specifically, is that insecure. Like it is consistent with how he behaves with her.
Meg just
And
said she agrees with me.
I get it, and I'm gonna continue to say, even though I love Meg and want to be best friends with her, like I agree. I understand where you're coming from, but it at least is consistent with him not being able to know what's up. And it's like it's the thing where it's like you got the big strong guy who is the general who knows what's up, who's never had an issue until he falls hard for the one person that he feels like he can't live without, and then he becomes a complete dummy.
I understand the trope. It doesn't make
Right.
sense for his character. But
I
I
get it,
understand.
but it's
It just doesn't make
consistent
sense.
with how he's behaved. It would
It's
bother me, and I would call it bad writing if it wasn't consistent, but this has been the experience of Cassian the whole way through with her.
I would be more I would be more understanding if it had happened like chapter 6. Like she takes control of the situation, she essentially dupes him into this thing, and he's then so flustered about the whole like, oh, I didn't get to do stuff to her, she didn't get it, and it's like, buddy, listen, dude, you've already been through these vulnerable stages, and you passed the okay, I quit on you, okay, I'm not quitting on you, and now we get into fights about your family. He does like let her know, he's like, buddy, you don't get to talk shit about Reese, we're not doing that.
Mhm.
um um As a matter of fact, I can't believe he let her do that. But that seemed a little out of character too. But
Well, you know,
just a
he
bit.
says she pops off and he's like, how many times am I gonna have to fucking tell you you don't get to talk about him like that?
Yeah, you don't get to
Like,
do that.
you don't get to do that.
But
So he was very adamant about it.
yeah, I mean, but like the last time it happened, he was like, "Hey, you never again."
Mhm.
But then it happened again, and he was like, "Hey, don't do that." I was like, "Okay." Um, it was just weird, but it was only a little weird. But the other one, like, I just expected this not to be so like he knows he knows what she's like. She's hooking up with randos. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much like post nut clarity that should have happened there, where he's just like, okay, so
Mhm.
this is going to be a thing now because she's still stuck with me for a long time and she
Right.
does have this feeling for me, and okay, we're going to move, we're going to accept, we're going to take an L and move on.
Right.
But anyway, and then they're like, you have to come down to the house with us. Oh, both me and Nesta, both you and Nesta per Reese. And then that's the end of the chapter.
Right.
And I wanted to keep reading, but I did not, because the house drama reminds me of Real World, the Real World, like Seattle, circa season 7.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when they're like down in the house and there's all of them sitting around and they're just all like, will they, won't they fight? Will the sisters go at it again? Will Reese and Cassian see eye to eye next time on Dragon Ball Z?
I
Like
have never read or never seen any of that, so I can't relate to that.
the real world.
I didn't do reality TV. I've never been a reality TV girl.
Peak trash television is Real World. Like, it's better trash TV than we've had in the last 15 or 20 years.
Oh yeah?
Season 6 through 10 are like peak trash television.
Nice.
So fucking good.
Okay. Right
Yeah.
on. Right on. So, do you wanna know what you get to read to next?
Yeah. I didn't get any of those sticky those tabs. So I'm just gonna keep folding pages.
Still don't have tabbies? Ugh!
Somebody said, "Hey, I'm gonna send you tabbies," and I was like, "Cool." And then I didn't get any. So
There's me. I need to send them to you. My bad.
actually, didn't you ask me for my address like 5 weeks ago?
Yeah.
You didn't send me anything.
Nope.
No, I mean, not even like a joke, not even like a prank gift. I just remembered that. The hell is your problem?
I'm
Like,
really busy.
like I had surgery, and I thought, okay, she's gonna send me a get well thing. This is kind of cool.
Yeah,
Like,
I was
like
gonna do that.
there's multiple ways
Yeah.
for you to get my address
know.
too.
I know. I was
You
gonna
can
do
get
that.
you
I
can
know.
get my address so many ways, and like professionally. I was like, I just remember, that's so funny. Like, okay, can I get your address? Sure. Did you know Joey Oki asked me for my address one time, and I was like, "Are you sending me a wedding invitation?" And he was like, "You'll see." And I was like, "Okay." Joey's so funny.
Oh my
Okay.
god. I'm so sorry. I've been really busy and I'm a shitty friend. So
There's
I
nothing.
do
No,
apologize.
you're not a shitty friend. It was just so. It was. Oh,
He
Oh
said, "Yeah,
yeah.
she just has the
How's
knee."
how's it eat? Well, we'll chat about it because
Yeah.
I'm kicking ass. But
Good for you, buddy. Good for you.
it was so
Alright, so
funny.
we're gonna read to part 2.
Oh, Kalea Lepage.
Yes. It is 268. So read until you get to part 2, but don't look at any of the words on that page, please.
268. There's
Don't
no
look
way
at
I
any
can't.
of the words on that page.
There's no way I can't. What am
Don't
I
look
supposed to?
at any of the words on that page. Or just know that, Luke, you don't have to tab it, because here's the thing. There's a big ass section that says part 2 blade, and then there's nothing there. Okay?
No
So
tabs. No tabbed. We are
okay,
tabless.
so just read until you get to this page.
We're
Okay?
tabless. We have tabbed out.
You are tabbed out. But don't look at any of the other words on the pages before that, okay?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We are tabbed out.
Don't do it.
I don't do it.
Don't do it. Thank you. So there you go. And then you'll be through part 1, section 1 of this book, which is 268 pages in, and that is like a whole ass book for other books.
A whole ass book for a lot of other books.
So anyway, so that's where we're at. Do you want to tell Meg how your knee is doing, or do you have any other kitchen couch kind of ish stuff you need to talk about?
Went on 3 dates.
Wow.
Had ice cream twice and a picnic. All first dates too.
Post ACL?
Last week.
Dang, son.
So I didn't miss Friday. We were supposed to do this on Friday, by the way, last week. I didn't miss Friday. Actually, we were supposed to do it on Thursday. Got moved to Friday. I didn't miss Friday because I was on a date. I missed Friday because I forgot. And so I apologize. That's on me.
It's,
I was like, I know something's supposed to be happening, but I'm not busy right now. And then the next day I was like, oh, fuck.
it's okay. I also had an issue. So the she shed has air conditioning now. What? Yes. And so that's fantastic. But the it left the shed a mess. And then also we had to build this sound booth, which left the shed a mess. So I couldn't have done it Friday anyway. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, kitchen. Good. Okay, then I don't feel bad anymore. Well, I didn't feel bad at all. So the date number 2. So date 3 was my favorite. I don't know that we need to get into it. It was my favorite. She might be watching. What's up? Date 2, though, very interesting person.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have talked about this. Like one of the stereotypes in DC, along with a lot of other things, is like there's not a lot of personality in the people that move here,
Mm-hmm.
and the new sound booth sounds cool, by the way, makes it. The part of it has to do with like, hey, I'm doing whatever I'm told to do, right? I've got these goals and aspirations that were forced upon me, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
So the date 2 that I went on, super cool because she had a personality.
We
Um,
love personality.
yeah. She's super into hiking, not really my thing, but everything about her was cool. So we chatted for a little while, the couple of hours. The coolest thing though is we spoke a lot about, 1, reading, and 2,
Mm-hmm.
her job, obviously, because that's a DC thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing I was like, we talked about was, I was like, so part of this thing I'm doing with my friend Emily, I begin to notice like no content, movies, or comics, or books. I don't put myself in the main character. Like I don't take ownership of anything inside the content ever. Like never is it I'm Captain America or I'm this or I'm that. And I was like, but the person that's my partner in this adventure, she's the main character of all the stories, and the stories that she doesn't like are the characters that she doesn't identify with to decision making. They may not be good characters too, but they may be great characters. She just doesn't identify with them. But I don't. And I asked her if she did also. And she's like, well, I guess 50-50. And I said, well, so do you know about the NPC thing? And she was like, what's NPC? And I was like, it means non-playable character. But essentially everyone's, when they're like masked and they have scripted things that they always say, you get it a lot when you go through like a teller line at a bank or a grocery store. They're saying the same shit over and over and over again.
Right.
And so it was so fascinating to talk to her about. I was like, do you like, because I perceive things like professional wrestling where everyone's the main character in their own show, and they're just walking around being themselves, but they're their own
Right.
main character.
Right.
I was like, did you like, you realize no one actually sees anyone else except unless they're trying to look at them.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I see everyone else because that's how I see things. And she was like, that's so weird. And I was like, I know. And then we talked about how many young people work in the Capitol building and for the House and the Senate, and that there's not a lot of HR. She was like, yeah, you can just, a lot of people get away with crazy shit because there's no HR in the House or the Senate building. And I was just like, oh boy. And she's my age too. And so afterward, I sent her a message because she's getting a newer-ish job working as a lawyer. And I said, I'm so happy it's you. As a cynical millennial male, I'm so happy you're the one doing your job and not a 25-year-old weirdo who doesn't
Mm-hmm.
know how to order a drink at a bar or carry on a conversation without needing it to be prompted. And so It was cool. It was cool. And the reason I brought it up too was but like physically, it was like, oh, you look like a Velma. So I didn't say that to her, obviously, but whoa, 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 what the fuck was that?
What that face?
Yeah, why are you doing that?
Because uh, I don't like. Cause I mean, are you saying that you like Velma or you don't like Velma?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I just like it's very much a stereotype. It's like or like the brunette from Legally Blonde. Same actual character.
No,
Yeah, they're both the same. They're both like one's just a modern day telling of the same character.
I
They're
don't think
both
so.
yeah. What are you talking about? They're the same character. Incredibly smart.
Yeah, but
You
like
know,
one is like a biatch that's meant to like not be a nice person, and the other is
isn't she?
like
Isn't she redeemed at the end as like, oh, I'm just
yes,
doing what I think is the right thing? L,
yeah,
and then
she and
L's
Elvis are
also do,
friends.
and L's also doing what she thinks is the right thing, and it's actually the
Yeah,
two dudes in their lives that are just absolutely douchebags.
just the one dude that
Well,
is
the
sharing.
professor and the boyfriend.
Okay, yes, fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That is
So,
fair.
were you saying she was an NPC? No, no, no. And Megas. No, I think everyone is an NPC sometimes. I also think there are people who are secondary characters in their own life.
Yeah, that's
Um,
sad.
it's sad, and I know people that I'm very very close with that have that trait, and I'm just like, gotta take some ownership here, dog.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, the third date was my favorite though, for sure. Gotta see her again. Uh, how's the knee? So I was cleared to walk without crutches or anything a couple of weeks ago, Meg. And then last week I was cleared to do all of the exercises in at home that I could that I'm doing in physical therapy, all of them. So I don't need I don't need supervision.
Don't need
It's
supervision anymore.
don't need supervision.
You probably need it just in life in general, but
You know how hard it is out here without supervision. It's tough. Um, today, so I inherited a weighted vest, and today
mhm,
I walked around with a 20-pound weighted vest on and
good job.
trying to fix my gait, which sucks. That's probably the biggest thing for me right now. Without anything, is that normal? Meg, what do you mean without anything? Is that normal?
Without a brace, being able to just walk around without any brace or whatever, or crutch
So
or
so the first 2 weeks are with my particular procedure because I had just an ACL reconstruction. The first 2 weeks are very, very safe. I also had one, oh, this is kind of cool. I had one where they cut out a piece of my quad and put it into that slot.
that sounds terrible.
Um, but what they do, it's so long and narrow that they fold it on top of each other and put it in there. And it's the strongest reconstruction piece that they can get because they can do other parts. They can do like hamstring, they can do a
Mhm.
cadaver, they can do other stuff. But they were like, yeah, this is the strongest. So you're gonna suffer in the beginning for a long term investment. So the first 3 days terrible. The first 2 weeks is a lot of crutches and whatever. But after from 2 to 6 weeks, it's like, okay, we're gonna get you off crutches. We're gonna get you into where you can walk normal. One of the issues with a quad one specifically is, and this is the only issue I've got actually, other than swelling, because I still have some swelling, but muscle activation. So
Mm,
like it kind of looks like my legs atrophied a little, but
mm,
it hasn't. I
mhm,
just can't activate the muscles in my leg. So because of the way they cut it out and because of the way it goes. So like
right,
I've got this they call it a NIMS machine, NMES. It's got electrode pads on it and I attach it to my leg for 15 minutes and it kind of shocks my leg as
mhm,
I attempt to do different exercises. And it kind of helps with bringing blood flow to that group and helping you kind of flex and use those muscles. So
yeah,
it's it used to hurt. Now it doesn't hurt. And
good,
uh like I said, today I walked a mile and a half at 21 or 22 minute pace mile, which is like 3 miles an hour, little bit slower than 3 miles an hour, which is pretty slow, and just out in the fucking heat. And so we'll see.
98 degrees, buddy.
The Meg, the I live in DC, but the PT that I go to, and Emily's heard me say this before, the PT that I go to is the same one that professional athletes go to. Like, I just got lucky. It was not like it wasn't really all that planned. It was just like, oh, I'll go to this one. And I saw like a professional basketball player last week like, working out right next to me, slamming one of those big medicine balls. I was just like, oh fuck, that guy's huge. And I'm not a little person, I'm not small. So it was it's for me, I was in really good shape beforehand, and that helps
Well,
a lot.
I think you also said that you basically were like, that thing has been trash for a long time, and so you've been, like, working through that muscle not really being great anyway.
Yeah, that situation was not working great at all.
Yeah, which I think is what your PT said was, like, the reason why you probably were, like, getting better faster was because you were already, like, your body had already accommodated that being a shitty situation.
Yeah. Yes. So that, along with the PT people being just like really good and being on their stuff. I also enjoy PT. It does fuck me up. I'm like,
Mhm.
I want to sleep for 3 hours afterwards. And I used to be the kind of person who would run a half marathon casually on a Saturday,
Mm,
just every Saturday for
mm,
like a year and a half, 2 years. And uh, that never did what PT. I am exhausted. I had 3 job interviews last week too.
mhm.
Two, a first and a second, and then a first also. Um, and one day, okay, I had to come home on Thursday. I had to come home after PT and do a job interview, and I was just like, "Oh, I am struggling." Because he asked me a question that I didn't know that I had the answer for, and I was just like, "How do I come up with this? How do I come up with this?" And my on the fly response was not great.
Mm,
It wasn't bad. It just
mhm,
was, there's a little bit of backpedaling, and I don't like that.
mhm.
So, yeah, the legs cut. It's a 9 month. You said, hold on. I said my friend had ACL surgery, and I swear they were in the brace forever. Yeah. So a friend of mine had ACL MCL issue or meniscus. Yeah, ACL meniscus, and they're off their feet for 6 weeks. Oh yeah, physical therapists have a crazy amount of schooling. My physical therapist has so many acronyms after her name. It's like 6 of them.
Cool.
Like, I don't have any, and I'm okay with it. But yeah, she's got
I
a
have
crazy amount.
3, but I'm only allowed to use 2, so
Yeah, so, like, I would put others up there, but they're nonsensical. Um, so yeah, that's what's been going on. Haven't been able to put some stuff on YouTube, although William and I did record our
right?
reaction to Project Hail Mary, the movie, and
Yeah,
I'm about halfway through editing that before I put it up, but it's a 8-hour process.
yeah,
So, it's a because it's a 2 hour and 30-minute movie.
yeah.
And so much of that movie is necessary
Mhm,
and important to book readers and movie watchers.
mhm.
So I'm trying to be extremely thoughtful about what I'm cutting out. And
Yeah,
unfortunately, a lot of the stuff I'm cutting out is uh, the really pretty artistic stuff
mhm.
because it's just ships flying through space.
Yeah.
Um, Meg, what did you think? It was very good. Yeah. Project Hail Mary is a super good movie. I'm I don't know about you. I'm surprised it was released at the beginning of a year in March.
Mm,
Like, that feels like a summer blockbuster or maybe an Oscar movie. Like, the positioning in there is weird.
yeah. Um, I don't
Unorthodox.
necessarily know that they're sticking to those kinds of things now,
I guess you're right.
like, in the streaming and all the stuff. Like, there were and plus, like, honestly, half the movies that were up for Best Picture last year, I was like, "I've never heard of these."
Well, Sinners,
Oh.
I mean, Sinners won.
And yeah, but I just
It
mean, like,
came out in February.
yeah. So it's like,
So, Yeah, I think you're onto something there. Plus it's all streaming. I think Amazon owns MGM.
Hmm.
So they may have said they wanted it to be out on streaming on Amazon Prime during the summertime.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Yeah. Ryan Gosling is hot. I think excluding maybe Emily, my close friend group does not think Ryan Gosling is hot.
No, I'm not a huge fan. He's
Yeah,
all right. He's not. He's not my favorite.
he's not. He's nothing to write home about. I didn't
Yeah.
get why they said there was a romance because I didn't see any. Yeah, there's not romance.
No, it's
So
not. It's like friendship between him and the
so I
Rocky.
have a there's like in the book there's some awkward charisma between Strat and him. It
Mhm.
never goes anywhere. The chemistry really comes from the fact that they're so different. Like
Mhm.
she's affirmative and resolute,
Mhm.
and he's essentially a quitter and a fraidy cat.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
their chemistry really comes from her pushing him to be better and him pushing her to be better, and it's not
Mhm.
really romantic.
Well,
Ryan
nothing.
Gosling, Ryan Gosling just has aura. I once again don't see it, but I don't say I like him in La La Land a lot. He's just okay and everything else. Oh, you know
Like,
what?
I
He's
feel
great
like
with.
he's the quintessential Ken. Like
No,
he is like a Ken doll. Like yeah.
but I don't know. I don't like. I'm over here criticizing this, and then I'm like, yeah, but I can't think of someone who has aura. Like, I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio has aura. I think he's just a really good actor. Even when he's younger, I'm like, he's just a pretty face. Uh, I'm trying to think of somebody who has like aura that's a male.
Jonathan Bailey. My
Fair
answer is
point.
always Jonathan Bailey
That's
or
a fair
Henry.
point. Henry Cavill has aura. Henry Cavill has so much aura. Some
Mhm.
that I think he's actually a bad actor. And you just don't know because he's got so much aura.
I don't know. Can't confirm or deny.
Um, yeah, I for Project Hail Mary, I'd be interested to see what it looked like if it wasn't Ryan Gosling, because I imagine other actors that um,
Yeah. I
you
just
know,
don't. I mean, I get that.
like I would have liked to seen Heath Ledger as that character. Heath Ledger as that character would have been awesome.
R.I.P.
Um, yeah, no doubt. Um, and Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal as that character would have been cool.
Absolutely not.
Um, Ryan Reynolds as that character would have been cool. Uh, it may be a
I
little
think
too
it's like
goofy, but I'd like it.
she's on a delay, so I'm not sure if she means Ryan Reynolds by that. She might be meaning Ryan Reynolds has aura.
It said Ryan Reynolds maybe, so I assume it's Ryan Reynolds
I don't know.
as the character.
I think I mean, I could see maybe a little bit of Ryan Reynolds because it's that, like, awkward whatever. There's a guy on TikTok right now that is, like, blowing up because he does kind of a little bit look like Ryan Gosling, a little bit,
Mhm.
and he keeps making really funny videos about, like, Project Hail Mary where he's acting like he's, like, Grace's, like, glasses the whole time, and it's like oh, yeah, not to play the character just because he has aura, I think is what she was saying.
Yeah, definitely. We agree then.
Yeah, there we go. So, like, he keeps acting like Grace's glasses because it's true, like, the whole time in the movie, his glasses are, like, here or, like, here or, like, here.
Yeah,
I
they're
feel like
all over his head. It's kind
his
of awesome.
glasses in the movie are, like, their own character, which I find hilarious.
So, what's something else I've watched recently? Uh there's a show on HBO right now that each episode's like an hour and a half long, and it's called Songs of a Samurai.
Mm,
And it's Japanese. I mean, it's in Japanese. You have to read subtitles. It's got 2 episodes out. It's very, very, very Japanese.
mm,
It is not like it is not American at all.
mm.
Uh, I think it's based on a manga, but I'm super into the. So, did you watch Shogun? Do you know what I'm talking about? Shogun takes place in like the 1600s.
Mhm.
This takes place in like 1860. So The Last Samurai, the movie The Last Samurai, same
Mhm.
time period.
Okay.
And it's like it's a super infamous time in Japan when they transitioned from a third world country to a first world country,
Mhm.
and they did it in like 20 years. It's wild. The but one of the in one of the anime and shows that I used to watch, it was about an assassin who becomes a frontline warrior, and he's infamous for murdering all these people. And then the show takes place afterward, where he is sworn off killing and uses a sword that's reversed, so it's blunt on the front side and sharp on the back, and so he goes around helping people like Batman.
Mm.
Um, and it's famous. It's called Samurai X or Rurouni Kenshin. It's infamous. So this show is the opposite.
Mm.
Like they're referencing, they don't reference him specifically, that character from that other show, but they reference every other thing that's in that world.
Mm.
So they're super super related. So you're seeing some of the content from the other side, whether it's the Imperials or the Shogunate, and it's really cool. It's 2 episodes in. It's kind of fun.
Nice.
It's it's very anime, but
Okay.
it's very very Japanese. It's live action. The sword fighting's great. It's not a machismo show, by the way. It's not like screaming the entire time like cartoons are sometimes. It's good. And what else am I on? Oh, we lost Emily to the darkness. Matt Damon, Chris Pratt would have done good. Yeah, Chris Pratt would have done okay. I'm kind of anti Chris Pratt though forever, if I'm being honest with you, Meg. Um, Chris Pratt, although we did reference Chris Pratt because he's in the movie Passengers, I think, or Passenger. Matt Damon. Let me take her off the screen real quick. Matt Damon would have been great, really really good. I'm trying to think of like a mid-30s. I mean, I would have done great. Shout out. Um, why? Chris Pratt. There's something about Chris Pratt that bugs me, and I can't put my finger on it. And I don't like. I hate criticizing it because uh because I don't really have it, but I just find he's the worst part in all of the movies he's in. He's the worst part of the Avengers. He's the worst part of the Guardians of the Galaxy. In Passengers, he's the worst part. In those weird movies where he's like the soldier, he's the worst part. I don't also find him very funny. And he it feels kind of try hard. But let me think, who else would have done good? Heath Ledger was my number one though. Like I would have loved to see Heath Ledger as Ryland Grace. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, Killian Murphy's not funny enough, but he would have been great as Ryland Grace. All right.
Don't like his face.
It's very angular.
I'm just not a fan of his face.
Murphy. Okay. That's all the kitchen couch I've got for you. Like I said, just PT, and more PT. Going to the surgeon on Thursday.
No, okay. And you're gonna get some info.
Well, when I saw the surgeon before MRI and everything, he grabbed my leg and shook it, and he was like, he grabbed me like by the ankle. He was like, "Yeah, it's not supposed to do that." I was like, "Oh, that's why I have an ACL tear." Great, thanks, dude. And so I imagine he's going to do the same thing. He's going to be like, "I got to make sure you don't have an ACL tear," and just grab my leg and shake it, and see if it shakes again.
And did that like feel great or not feel great?
Well, what happened before, I didn't know. Like
Okay.
it didn't feel like anything. It felt like someone was shaking my leg.
Okay.
So we'll see. If he doesn't do that, I don't know. It's one of those things like I don't know if he did it. Like, how does he know he did a good job? They're not going to put me in the MRI again, and that's the only way they can look.
Mm.
So how do they know that I didn't fuck it up and just didn't feel it? That's another thing that I'm.
You're asking good questions. I don't have the answers for you on that one.
So the big actual concern for my procedure is 3 months. 3 months is like the scary part because your body's responded to the surgery at that point. Your legs working. And there's no way you're gonna be normal, right? But it's like, yeah, you still can't fucking dance. You can't do stuff. You're
Mhm,
just gonna be normal. And
mhm.
so, but I'm gonna feel like I can, you know. And so
Yeah.
it takes
Well,
like it
that's gonna
takes
be good
like
for you because you do like to, like, push things.
cut a rug. The it takes until like 5.5 to 6 months before they're like, all right, let's start with some light agility drills.
That's hard for you, buddy, I'm sorry.
Yeah, rest in peace to my well-being. But I chose this life. I did.
You'll feel so much better afterwards. It'll be
Let me
fine.
tell you. Let me tell you this. It was really cool. But yeah, I told you I have a crush on my PT person.
Mhm.
Um, I last week or the week before, I'll tell you what my goal is, and she was like, "What's that?" And I said, "I want to dunk a basketball."
Oh, yeah, and she was like, "Oh, yeah, we can do that."
She's like, "Okay," and I was just like, you know. All right, you look tired, dude, and I don't mean tired like you look like a tired old hag. I mean like you look like you're ready to go to sleep.
Everyone loves to be told that they look tired, Luke.
It's it's 11:30 on a school night.
It is, and I still have half a chapter to edit, so,
I
so
I
my
should
head out.
probably I should probably be editing. What night do you want to do this? Does Wednesday work?
I think Wednesday's gonna work. Evan is Mr. Smut Oracle is going out of town tomorrow, but he should be back by Wednesday, so we should be able to do it Wednesday.
BEA Youthful Mech. We'll see you on Wednesday. Wait, light yoga live stream soon. What?
You can, like, do light yoga on live stream.
Y'all want to send me? Y'all want to see me bend awkwardly? Okay.
No, I'm saying, like, you can watch a live stream
Oh,
and do some light yoga.
I don't. I used to run a lot. I've never been more uncomfortable than when I've done yoga.
Yeah.
Although I was in Asheville.
Yeah, the yoga, I think, is one of those things where, like, you get an awkward person that's not great, you're not, gonna enjoy the experience.
You're just around a bunch of smelly people. Like fucking ew.
That's just Asheville, but, you know.
That's just Asheville. All right, we'll see you later. Thank you all for staying this late, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you, Meg. Take care. Bye.
Bye.